Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Pretend Problems podcast. I'm Kelsey Cook.
And I'm the puzzle champion, baby. Guess who's got the belt back, son? It's me, Puzzle Champ.
Is this supposed to be Macho Man Randy Savage
Nope.
combined with CD White?
Yeah, maybe.
Chad just had to, right before we started recording, he's go, oh, 1 second. I went over to the bookshelf and pulled the belt off because he is once again the current puzzle champion, which, listen, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
I'd also like to let people know that I just beat him so badly in Quirtle in the new round that he forfeited early, which he's never done before. So
That's true.
that felt pretty good.
I have a bit of a spaz thing going on where, let's say it's space A space E.
Sure, which
And
that can be a lot of different
And I'll
words.
do place. And it'll be nope. And I'll do brave. And it'll be nope. And then I just go, well, fuck you, Quirtle. And I just start gunning in answers. And before you know it, I have 3 red squares.
Yeah.
But you did great.
Thank you.
That's in my opinion, that is your best game.
Thank you. I think so too.
So we're back to even because I had one Wordle the week before. You won this, so now we're starting over. We had 1 day of Nerdle. I got a 3, thinking not bad. She got a 2. 2s do happen in Nerdle, but man, they are few and far between.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Feels good. And you know what? We've got so many things to talk about with you today because we just got off the plane from the Fully Loaded tour with Bert Kreischer. And if you look at us on YouTube today and you think, oh, they look maybe like they've aged 20 years, it's because
Oh God.
you look fantastic.
Oh,
I'm referring to myself mostly. We, in the past 6 days, have been in 7 different cities.
Yeah, it's true.
So
It's a lot.
it's a lot. But we had so much fun. Oh my God. And we did it sober, which is like,
Yep.
I don't think what
we
people
didn't drink.
expected from us.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But nobody was like, oh, what the fuck, man? Everybody, when you get to be in your 30s and 40s, everyone's like, yeah, okay, whatever you need to do.
Yeah. Poe, our dog, was like, oh, whatever I need to do? Well, I need to fuck this pillow right now. And he just
I
tried
need
to.
to have sexual intercourse with your face, little chatty. He just got back from the dog. What do we?
Dog boarding?
Yeah, dog boarding. And there's an indoor park, so there's like 50 dogs in there when I walk in to get him. He sees me and just goes right up to the glass and starts fogging it up with his breathing.
Oh, bub.
And then he's able to go to the door and push it open when he gets that excited because he's got all this intensity. And so he just ran right to me, and now here he is trying to hump my face.
Yep. Missed you a lot. Probably picked up some bad habits from
I think so.
little slutty chihuahuas.
He's definitely a bottom. So, I mean, this guy at the lake, there's another dog named Sam. And Sam is the greatest dog, but just there were a couple days where I thought Poe was going to have to call in a report to Olivia Benson from SVU because he was getting fucking just his shit pushed in.
He was getting Me Too'd all over the
And
lake.
it wasn't just doggy style. At one point, Sam was like, I'm sick of this. Let me get you missionary. Let's show the humans that we can do their shit too. They can't just do our stuff. We can do their
Yeah.
stuff. So he had Poe on his back, and they're just like, I don't know, like rubbing Peters, or I don't even know what you would do. Unless he was trying to go B. I have no idea. I'm just trying to keep it clean. I know kids are listening.
Are they?
Probably not.
I hope not.
Yeah, probably not.
I hope not.
I check no kids are listening on YouTube when we upload it, just to make sure.
Yeah. We had an absolute blast. We have so many stories to tell you guys. I don't even know where to begin.
Yeah, I mean, let's think about the lineup, right? So Dave Attell was there.
Dave Attell, which is like, what a dream. Anytime you get to perform with Dave Attell, you're like, this is crazy. This is like everybody's top 5 comic.
Yeah, I think if a president came up to you and was like, you know what? You have good leadership qualities.
Yeah.
You'd shit your pants. So anytime Dave compliments you, you're just like, oh, thanks, Dave. And then as soon as he walks away, you go, it's crazy.
Just
I've been
cream your
doing this a long
jeans.
fucking
Yeah.
time, but he is like, he's going to go down as one of the best to ever do it. So,
Absolutely.
and then I'm nervous I'm going to miss someone. So let's just go through it.
Okay.
We had the first night, we had Larrabee.
Yep.
Okay. She was there from Atlanta, I think moving to LA, possibly. And then we had David Lucas was on the show, Kill Tony Phenom. And then there was Kyle Kinane, Dan Soder. We had Cypher Sounds, dude, Cypher Sounds goes up. He travels with Dave Chappelle a lot. And he goes up and he does an hour of DJing to get the crowd seated, keep the energy up so people aren't just fucking dying in the heat. He does such a good job. Then, I love this. I laugh every single time he does it.
Yeah.
He goes, all right, so here are a couple rules. Keep your phones in your pockets. No yelling at the comedians. Be nice to one another out there. Even if somebody's laughing at something you don't think is funny, be nice. And he goes, every time I announce a comedian, I want you to give everything you got. Can you do that for me? And everybody just goes crazy. There's like 10,000 people going nuts. And he goes, all right, let's bring out your first comedian. Ladies and gentlemen, you know him from Radio on New York, and you know him from the Chappelle Show.
Yeah.
Push your hands together for Cypher Sounds. And then everyone's cheering, and he stops the music, and he goes, hey, everybody, it's me.
Yeah, he walks up from behind his DJ booth.
It's so funny. It's so funny to me. So I can't remember where I was. We have Big J. Okerson.
Mark Norman. Sam Morril. Chris Porter. And then Chris Porter would come back out and perform with Jelly Roll.
So Chris Porter would murder.
Yeah.
I've known Chris Porter for 20 years. So funny always. He murders his comedy set and then goes out and just accompanies Jelly Roll with a guitar. He's so wildly talented.
And was singing. It was crazy. It was so good.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
Bobby Lee was supposed to be there. Had a little accident on the bus. Feel bad about that because I'd never met him before. And I think we were just feeling each other out enough. We were like, it was the human man version of dogs sniffing asses when they meet another dog. We were walking around each other for a little bit and kind of like, hey man, this, and this. And at one point he came up and he goes, you're handsome, and grabbed the back of my neck. And I grabbed the back of his neck and I was like, so are you. And we just sat there for a little bit. I think it was like an alpha contest a little bit, it felt like.
I don't think it was an alpha contest. I don't know Bobby well, but I feel like you both are maybe like guarded initially when you're meeting new people.
I let everybody in.
Yep. Great Wall of China over here. Fucking are we friends, Phil? I'm having fun. Are you having fun? I could go on and on, but yeah, Chad is extremely guarded when he meets people. And I told you this, that right after Bobby met you, that he turned to me and he was like, I don't think Chad likes me. And I started laughing so hard. And I was like, I have to tell you, every person thinks that the first time they meet him. And then he started laughing. I was like, it's not you. This is how he makes everybody feel.
But I think we mega bonded. I don't know if he'll think it's a mega bond. Yeah. But he ended up hurting his lip, splitting his lip open in the dark on the bus.
Yeah. Can I explain?
Sure, please.
So the bus that we rode on, you guys, I slept on a bus for 5 nights. I'm pretty proud of myself because you guys know I'm not a camper. And this was like sleeping on a tour bus is like a whole thing, right? So you've got your little, look at your face. Why are you laughing at me?
I'm not laughing. I'm just like, you took a mattress. Good thing there was a bunk that was empty because you took an extra mattress.
After the first night, because I did not sleep at all the first night. Didn't really sleep at all the second night. Didn't sleep at all the third night. Well, barely, little bits. Fourth night was great.
Okay.
Finally. But what was I going to say? You threw me off with your sass.
The bunks. And
to Chad, sleeping on a tour bus isn't a big deal because he's like, back in my day, I camped the Beartooth Mountains where you had to fish and farm for your own supper and put together your own shelter at night.
Yeah. Well, first of all,
I would have died.
I didn't come at you like that. You were complaining about the bus, and I was like, it's not that hard for me because I used to have to put my sleeping quarters up and take them down every morning.
I know. Chad is like a real Minnesotan man. And but you know what? Something I really appreciate about you, while you are such a Minnesotan man and like can survive in the woods essentially, you don't make me feel bad when I'm like, I can't do that. When I try to sleep on the bus on the one mattress and I'm like, my hips, I have childbearing hips that won't ever get used, but I'm fine with it. I'm kidding. I really am totally fine with it. It's just funny.
But I'm totally fine with it because my boyfriend tells me I am. Yeah. May as well add that shit, you nerd.
I really am totally fine. It's just,
that
was funny that after we did that episode about us not having kids, that people wrote in and they were like, man, when she said, I've made my peace with it, that was dark. Yeah. And I was like, no. I mean, it didn't mean to sound
If you think I'm not going to have Justin edit this clip out so I can post it when you leave me for a man that can give you a baby, you're crazy.
You can give Justin, me a baby.
Yeah, that's true.
You can. And you said you will if I changed my mind. But
I need all the king's horses and all the king's men to put my testicular sac back together again.
I know. You could go on the same day, maybe do a 2-for-1. You get your vasectomy reversed and I get my IUD taken out.
Oh, man.
We high five.
Yeah.
Both just bleeding out of our pants.
Yeah, we definitely have to wait a little bit to have a baby. Because we don't want that first week baby. No.
Oh God, it's like somebody trying to figure out how to crack an egg for the first time. There's just shells in it.
Oh my sperm would be like sailors getting off a boat, just swaying like we don't know what to do. Your eggs would be like, this will be fine. We're just, oh my God, they're attacking us.
It's broken yolks. Yeah, wouldn't be great.
No, it would not.
I don't know if anybody else here deals with this, but if I sleep on a mattress that is either too thin or too hard, I have really, really horrible hip pain. Like I can't sleep through the night because my hips kind of go out. So anyway, this is all to say, we have to get back on track.
Yep.
On the tour bus, it's 2 on each side. So it's kind of like a bunk bed situation. And Bobby Lee came on the tour a few days after the rest of us did. And so all that was left were top bunks. And he, I don't think, had like turned his light on in the bunk when he had to get out to pee in the middle of the night and tried to reach across to the other bunk to then like maneuver himself down, and he missed and fell out of his bunk and split his lip open. Yeah. And you were the one who helped.
I got up. Well, Lucas, Saifa's social guy, he... What am I thinking of? Social media. Oh my God. Yeah. So then Lucas went out there, and then I was out there too. And Bobby was like, "Hey, do you think I need stitches in my lip?" And his lip was split open. It looked like it had taken DP. I mean, it was like wide open into the great wide open. And so being a dad, I a couple things, even though I don't have to be a real dad anymore because they're like out doing their own things. Yeah. You don't want them to panic. So I said, I don't know, man. That's going to be close. I think we're going to you're going to have to go to the hospital because they're going to want to check you and everything. But I'm not sure. Because if you go, holy fuck, yeah, dude, you're going to need stitches. That's when people start going, well, how bad is it? And they start like pulling on it and probably ripping it a little more. Yeah. And so he kept talking. I'm like, I like you and this is going to seem like I don't want to hear from you, but stop talking. Because you're going to like end up catching it on something and rip it more.
Yeah.
And so kind of a bummer because I was really looking forward to bonding with him because I think we do have similar sensibilities in some things. I mean, I know he's like, body-wise takes his clothes off and stuff like that. But I think one-on-one, I think we would have had a good time. So Bobby, if you're listening, and we know you're not, I'd like a second chance at love.
Yeah, he murdered. I was sad for him that he didn't get to keep performing because
he absolutely murdered.
When people, like when Saifa announced his name, even before that, when they were just like, when he was listing his credits, the way people reacted, I mean, it was like rock star.
Yeah, people
status.
Love him. People love him.
It was wild.
Now, have we missed anyone? Let's make sure we haven't.
I don't think so. Okay. I really don't think.
I just want to make sure because... Okay.
Yeah, I think we got it, actually. But we started in Macon, Georgia. And That was an interesting start.
Yeah, it was outdoors. It was one of those things where sometimes in clubs, people are smiling during your set and you're like, why do you hate this so much?
Right.
And then they come out afterwards, they're like, oh my God, that was the best fucking show we've ever seen. You're like, well, like you say to me, tell your face.
Yeah.
And so Macon felt a little tell your facey because a lot of messages, a lot of comments afterwards of holy shit, wanted a longer set from both of you, loved it, had so much fun. I got to tell you though, the shows, all the shows were good. There's so many people. Bert has Bert fans, but Bert has comedy fans.
Yeah.
So that's very helpful.
Yeah. We also, so of the 5 nights, 3 of them were in outdoor amphitheaters. Why do I have a problem saying that? It's not Ampha.
Yeah, it's Ampha.
Amphitheaters.
So how about I say Ampha and you say theater?
Theater. Oh, yeah.
Because I can't say
because you
it.
can't say theater.
Yeah.
Great.
Couple.
Perfect. We are. I love it. Yeah, it was, the outdoor ones are interesting because sometimes you're up there and you're like, ooh, this doesn't feel great in terms of sound because you're so used to a comedy club where the ceiling is low and like you're indoors. And when you're outside, it's like the laughter is just kind of
there's
like
no ceiling
going up. And at one point, like a plane flew over me while I was up there. You had really bad wind when you were
I
up
had to
there.
cover the microphone.
Yeah, you're such
because
a pro.
I could hear the wind in the monitors, and so I was like, oh shit. So then I cover, and it looks like I don't know how to hold a microphone, but I was just blocking the wind, and it was so when people are laughing and there's wind, you go, well, now I'm gonna have to start looking at faces.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna have to start looking at shoulders. Are they moving? Are they laughing?
Yeah.
Because I can't hear anything.
Yeah.
But I think everyone that went to that show, you could not have gotten a bad show. Jelly Roll was not on Daytona Beach, and everyone was like, "Oh shit, what's going to happen? Are they going to be disappointed?" Blah blah blah. Daytona Beach fucking ruled.
That was my favorite show of
The whole time going there, I was like, this is a spring break city. The people that live there are probably sick of everything because of these fucking kids that come all the time. And then the kids that are there, they're not going to pay attention. They're going to be wasted.
Yeah.
God damn, that was a fun show.
It was so fun.
Start to finish, man. Start to finish. Dan Soder goes first. And, well, I beg your pardon, Cypher Sounds goes first. That's just his deal, his role every night, and did such a good job. And then Dan Soder went up, murdered so hard, people stood up for him in the 1 spot.
Yeah.
And then you go up, people stand up for you in the 2 spot. I mean, it was a wild show.
It was crazy. And that was one of the indoor ones. So we got to do these 2 arenas. And it's like, we don't get to do shit like this on our regular tour. I mean, a comedy club, if it's sold out, you're doing maybe like 400. That's like a big comedy club. This was like 7,000 people. Yeah. It's unreal. So, man, we had the best time, and it was funny to be the only woman on the lineup because I did feel like if you brought all of us comics out on stage together, we would look like a really like shitty version of No Doubt. And I really wanted to say that on stage at one point, and you were like, I don't know, who knows how that will go, or you were just like, you should just leave with your jokes. But I did think that was like a funny visual of what we would look like as a group.
You kept just asking, you would ask me things like, do you think I should do this?
Yeah.
And anytime someone asks me, I feel like they don't want to do it and they just need a little push, but I don't want to be the push. Because if it sucks, then I don't want to be the one that they go, hey man, I thought you said that was funny. And it's like, well, I thought it was funny. I can't speak for an arena full of people.
That makes sense.
So I try not to I never ask you, should I do this? Because I'm just nervous. Number one, you'll say no. And also I don't care. I'll do anything anyways.
Yeah.
Like if I think something is funny, I'll definitely try it. And I am proved wrong 80% of the time. Proven wrong.
Opening show riffs they're such a gamble because you want to make like a local reference or do something that is personal to that show because I think it immediately makes people feel more connected. but you're trying it for the first time because it is personal to that show.
Right.
And if it doesn't go well, then you just took what could have been a completely like great neutral way to start and tanked yourself. And so now you have to dig out of a hole. And it's just risky to do it on a tour like that, I think, because you do want to do well. It's not like your crowd.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like you have to kind of prove yourself right away. But
yeah, I think you just, with that many people too, you want to hear what those jokes can get.
true. Yeah.
You know, that's why when you would ask me, I'd go, why don't you just see what those puppies can do?
Mm-hmm.
Because and then you did new stuff last night, and fucking A, I hadn't heard a lot of it, and I was just laughing so hard.
Okay, I think it's about you.
Yeah. Well, some of it, yeah.
Yeah, most of it. You give me so much material.
Thank you so much.
Just being yourself. But I give you a lot of material just being myself.
Yeah, that's true.
You have a new joke about me that's been ripping. About wanting to kiss birds and squirrels.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the shows were incredible. Everybody there, so amazing. And then we got to do really fun activities too that we wouldn't get to do otherwise. We got to surf and boogie board in the ocean. We got to do a batting practice with the
party animals who in Savannah who share the stadium with the Savannah Bananas. Maybe you've seen those guys online where they do like, they're almost like the Harlem Globetrotters a little bit. And so very, very cool. And that story, if you don't know that story, I would look it up. The owners of the Savannah Bananas, this story is outrageous. And it is like, if you believe in a dream so much and you really think it's worth it, I mean, this is a story you want to read.
Totally. Yeah. What are the other activities we did?
Oh, we went fishing.
We went fishing. Oh my God. How did we not talk about this yet? This was like,
oh, I thought you were luring me in. But we went fishing, and what'd you catch?
Caught a fucking shark.
Yeah, she caught a shark.
And you heard that right. I know. I'm from Washington. I thought I was going to catch a trout or something. They had told us going into it like, hey, if you're lucky, you'll get a redfish. And I'm like, I don't know what sort of Dr. Seuss shit that is. I've never heard of that, but great. And I'm picturing just like a fish, right? Like something you would eat. And we went out there and he's like, oh, okay, we got one. And he's having me like reel and all this stuff. And then it got a small shark.
A baby shark.
A bonnet head.
Bonnet head shark, yeah.
And he was like, all right, here, hold it here and pinch it here. I was like, I'm going to hold it. I didn't think I was going to touch this
Yeah, because she was going to hold it to take a picture.
Yeah, and so I was like, oh God, it's all happening so fast. So he told me I had to pinch by its gills like pretty firmly. And I'm just like, oh, like this is so not my thing. And so I'm doing it for the picture and I'm just like shaking and smiling. And then it doesn't want, it hates what's happening. And I feel horrible. I want to get back into the water. It doesn't want to be part of any of this. And so it's like fighting me. And so it finally like went and wriggled out of my fingers. And I went, and I'm like holding it by the tail.
The tail.
And it's like a live wire, just like
it was like when the first two firemen let go of the hose. It was wild.
It was going everywhere. And thank God I didn't drop it on the boat because that would have been a problem. Because the guy was like, they keep your fingers away from its mouth. Like it's still a shark.
That's what he said.
They still have teeth. And it's like, throw it over the side. So I threw it and let it go. But man, that footage, that reel should be on Instagram by the time this episode comes out. So check my Instagram at Kelsey Cook Comedy for the fish footage. But yeah, so I caught a shark. And then what did you catch?
A bigger shark.
A bigger shark.
Yeah, I like to do that.
What the hell?
If you're watching on YouTube.
The belt is
just
in
uncovered
its glory
the belt
again. Yeah.
It was great.
Then Leon caught a ray.
A 40-pound ray. It was, and she had to walk all the way around the boat. This thing was fucking tearing her arms out.
I know.
At one point, they had to put like a little rubber knob on the bottom of the rod because it was digging into her ribs.
Leon's
and she's
tiny.
Like ripping this thing. You could tell. So, Leanne is tiny, and then she's a mom, and she is Bert's wife, and so you go, how much strength is in there?
A lot.
Yes, because she speaks with a Southern accent. She's like, I grew up in Georgia, and she's just so sweet and everything's so sweet and you're so sweet and you're adorable. And then all of a sudden, give me that fucking rod. And she's just reeling this thing in and has to go all the way around the boat 1.5 times.
Yeah.
We're moving the rods and we're doing all these things. And then she finally gets it up there and it is this gigantic,
40-pound,
this motherfucker, this is what took down the crocodile hunter. And she caught that bitch.
Yeah. And
that's crazy.
Imagine putting a suitcase, like a checked luggage suitcase that's about to be over the 50-pound limit. Put that at the end of a fishing pole and try to pull that out of the fucking water. I mean, my back would have broken. She's a fucking powerhouse.
She's a beast. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
Absolutely so much fun. And then Stacy, who works on the like the social media production crew, is I don't know, ahead of it. I don't know. She's awesome. She caught a shark that looks like a little plastic shark that you get at the dollar store. It was maybe a foot long.
It was very cute.
It was great.
Yeah, I'm such a hypocrite. I'm like, I eat fish all the time. I love sushi. I love salmon. And I just really hated like catching. I know that they were like, he was like, they're fine. Like the hook wound heals super quickly. It's not, but it's like, yeah, but I just like hurt it for, like, I don't like to hurt something to not have a purpose. Like I understand that if you're not a vegan and you eat meat, it's like you're eating it to give yourself the nutrients.
Right.
But it's like, it's like for sport.
But you're giving yourself content nutrients.
No.
It was for something. Then don't put it online. I challenge you. PETA goes fishing. I think that you are a great American because
whatever you're about to say,
because it's like Americans and myself don't want to see how the sausage is made.
I know
so many people want to eat this and do this and do this, and you don't really want to know what's happening.
True.
You think I want to read a study on what drinking out of a plastic bottle does to my body, much less the fucking earth? I don't want to do that.
I know. Listen, I'm sitting here admitting it. I know that it's hypocritical to be like, oh, that made me sad, but I still eat fish.
Yeah.
Like I know. I don't think I would fish again unless I'm like eating what I'm catching because it just felt.
We're also going to have to clean what you catch. So you probably never fish again.
No. Anyway. So yeah, we just had the best time.
It was really a great time.
And I wanted to also thank you for being such a great partner because when I don't sleep, I get pretty weepy and pretty. Look at your face right now. I get pretty. My anxiety picks up quite a bit, and my thoughts go to nobody likes me.
It is. I would use the word distraught.
Distraught. That feels, yeah, you know what? Fine, sure. Yeah.
I mean, maybe a close cousin.
Yeah.
If not distraught, a close cousin.
Yeah. I hit a point maybe 2-3 days into it where I was just like, it's a long time to not be sleeping and then you are like going during the day and then performing on these massive shows at night. So there's like not a lot of time to rest unless you don't want to partake in the daytime activities, which feels like
it's the hang time.
Yeah, it's like a whole reason on top of the performances that you want to go do it. And Chad was super, super patient and super loving and just like let me have my quick little pity parties.
Mm-hmm.
And
they weren't always quick.
What?
They weren't always quick.
They weren't always quick. Yeah, as soon as I said quick, I was like, he's not gonna let that.
Well, because they weren't quick. Listen, I'm going to the cabin for a couple of days by myself, and we're both going to recharge. I actually have shit I have to do because the cabin's getting new carpet, but
don't act like you want space from me.
That's true. Can I tell you one thing? Are we done with this?
Sure.
Okay. Thank you for thanking me.
Yeah.
I felt needed.
You were needed
on this trip. Yeah. And I get repaid by getting to eat pizza with Kelsey.
Yeah.
She's going to take a Lactaid and we're going to have some pizza tonight. Right when this is done, we're ordering.
Yeah.
She's getting a medium. I'm getting a large. And and we're going to have pizza tonight. We're going to watch the NBA Finals. Hopefully it's the last game. Dallas gets their shit pushed in. If you're from Dallas, love you. But your city stole my hockey team, and I still have some tough things about that.
And you put our Timberwolves out.
Yeah. That I don't care about as much. The Timberwolves were not good in that series. So the Timberwolves should not have represented the Western Conference in the finals because they sucked. How many times are you going to let someone drive and throw a fucking alley-oop from 4 feet away? I mean, Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy, if you're listening, and we know you're not, suck it. How do you say suck it in French? Suck it.
I can't think of what it is in French.
So anyways, but yeah, we're going to have pizza and I'm so excited. We'll let you know how that goes because I asked her how much dairy can a lactate pill fight off?
Yeah.
And we don't know because I asked also for pizza and ice cream.
Yeah.
Because I ate really well the first 3 days of this trip. And then I had one Sour Patch Kid and how you say slippery slope.
Shit went off the rails pretty quickly.
Yeah. Then I was like, what is that? A fucking sugar-covered, nerd-covered licorice? Yeah. Like shoving those in my mouth, like nibs with nerds around them. Oh my God. So, I'm going to ease my way back into health by having pizza and ice cream tonight. And then tomorrow, eggs and a smoothie and chicken breast for dinner.
Yeah. The diet starts tomorrow.
That's right. Always does.
Always does.
Should we do questions?
Yeah, because we're already halfway through the episode.
Let's do it. So let's skip the middle thing.
We're going to skip the metal segment today, guys, because we've got so many good questions from you all. Thank you so much.
Yeah, this is awesome.
I know that these are a month away, but just a reminder, July 10th, I will be in Charlotte at the Comedy Zone. And then July 11th through the 13th, I will be in Raleigh at Good Nights Comedy Club. So that's what's coming up for me. And then you guys know a whole bunch of dates in the fall and winter. So kelseycook.com for tour date tickets.
July 12th and 13th, Detroit. I don't want to hear any other thing. I'm not going to tell you any other cities. If you want to see me do comedy, it could be the last time. We don't know. Could die on the 14th. Come see me in Detroit, even if you have to travel.
Don't say weird things like that.
Yeah. And then I got a lot of press.
Mm-hmm.
I got a lot.
Do you want to say why?
Of press. Yeah, I do want to say why. I'm not supposed to announce this yet, but I feel like this is part of the reason we have podcasts is so you get like the first look, right?
Yeah.
And so July 16th is when my Netflix special is airing. So I'm so excited. If I could ask you one favor, it would be that day to watch it.
Yes, and to post about it online, please.
I'm also going to tell you this. I don't even fucking care if you watch it. Just start it and leave the room.
Sure.
I really would like that because I want a pair of shoes. And the deal I made with myself is if this special makes it into the top 10, then I can buy that pair of shoes. And they're expensive and I want them. But I can't get them without any help. So if you just want to, I'm telling you, that morning, start that motherfucker and go to work. I seriously don't care. Also,
the real reason why he would like you to watch it is because it would be like a lifelong dream. So. Oh,
and I also think you should watch it because I don't say this very often. I think this is a good hour.
You guys, it's so fucking good. It's so good. July 16th. Mark your calendar right now, just so you don't forget.
Okay.
But also, we're going to tell you a bunch more times before then.
Yeah.
So don't worry about it.
You don't need to mark your calendar yet. Hey, everybody, you better crank up that AC because things are heating up at the DraftKings Casino. The excitement is endless. The vibes are right, and the cash prizes could be huge. Play hundreds of games all summer long. Dive into a casino classic or blast off with DraftKings exclusive Rocket. Hey, new players, start by playing with just $5 and get $50 in casino credits in your pocket instantly. All you got to do is download the DraftKings Casino app and sign up with code PRETEND.
You'll be soaking up the fun in no time. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER, or in West Virginia, visit
Are you a mountain mama?
West Virginia, visit www.1800gambler.net. In Connecticut, help is available for problems gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. 21 plus, physically present in Connecticut, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, West Virginia only. Void in Ontario, 1 per opted-in new customer, $5 in wagers required, max $50 in non-withdrawable casino credits that expire in 168 hours. See casino.draftkings.com/get50 for eligibility, terms, and responsible gaming resources.
Bet you $1 I'm still allergic to this cat.
Back to the show. Okay, as always, if you want to write in, it's pretendproblemspodcast@gmail.com. If you have something you're going through, you want our advice on it, if you've got something you want to say about what we're talking about on here, whatever, just write in. We're just starting off so strong. This is from Darnell, our sex follow-up guy.
Okay.
If you've been listening to the show, you know that this is now our 4th email from Darnell, because we just these updates from him are so funny and so compelling, and we have to just we have to get into it. So, hi, this is it's titled Sex Answer Alert. It's titled, "Hi, this is Darnell. You can say my name. So I listened to you guys and I suggested to compromise with her. I told her she can lick my tush when we get married. That way, if I like it, she won't go anywhere." LOL. But she did lick my taint, and that felt icky. LOL.
Darnell, I need to know something. I am not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you.
Yes,
because it is a very sensitive. It is like a spot you've been told your whole life doesn't get touched. Nobody touches that, right? And so it is weird, and shit does come from there. And there are a million reasons not to do. And I know on this podcast we've been like, what the fuck, dude? You hit the jackpot. I get if you don't want to do it. Yes. So I don't want to be, like over the top pressuring or anything like that. But it's cute. It's icky is a cute word, and it's a laughable, adorable, laugh with you word.
It's very funny. Okay, I'm going to reread that sentence because it's not done. Just so I get the full running start. But she did lick my taint, and that felt icky, LOL, because her tongue is super long.
Now I'm laughing at you.
Yeah, maybe this is the same merchline woman who said that she can take 10 inches and still lick your balls.
Yeah, it's true. Could be.
I heard your listeners' remarks, and I don't want to yuck anyone's yum, but I don't like the whole tongue and the balloon knot thing now after she tried the taint. But I'm an open-minded guy, so she said she would agree with them terms, and when we get married, my ass belongs to her.
It's going to be so great. You can tell who Darnell is because he's whistling when he's walking, but it's not his lips, it's his asshole, because she's just got him plugged up.
Okay, so, and when we get married, my ass belongs to her. She scares me, but I love her. 3 laughing emojis. So she's giving me frequent BJs and I'm ring shopping.
This is why you write in to Pretend Problems Podcast.
Thank you again, guys. Can't wait to see Chad in Detroit. P.S. The only question I got is referring to Chad's anniversary dinner. Did he put mayo and Wonder Bread on that list of Kelsey's favorite foods? Love you guys. Oh, Darnell. Dude,
super duper.
You're super duper. This is so funny. God, this made me laugh so hard when I read it, and then made me obviously laugh so hard again reading it out loud. This is very funny.
That's fantastic.
I really hope you come up to Chad in the merch line and introduce yourself.
Yes, please do.
You've kind of become a podcast celebrity for us.
Yeah.
On here.
And make sure your girlfriend's chewing gum when we meet. I don't want your shit breath coming at me.
Do you think we need to give any backstory to this? Do you think people have been listening long enough to know what the deal is with?
How about this? I'll make you a deal. Like Darnell made the deal where she gets to lick his asshole in their wedding night. Mm-hmm. I'll make you a deal. Go back and listen to the beginning episodes if you haven't, and it'll catch you right up.
That's a great idea.
Thank you.
That's a great idea. Okay. This next one is titled Some Clever Title. Very funny. They say, "Hi, Chelsea and Chad." Well, that makes me think that you maybe think my name is Chelsea because Chelsea is our combined name.
Yeah.
But either way, it's fine. Love you guys. My husband shows love by doing acts of service, which I greatly appreciate, but what I need to feel loved is words of affirmation, which he sucks at. We have talked about it, and even when he makes an effort, usually after a fight, it fizzles out after a few days. He is wonderful, and we have a solid relationship, but I just get annoyed that I always beg for validating words, and when I get them, it doesn't feel like anything because I had to ask for them. Should I just suck it up, or do you have any advice on how to tackle it more productively? Thank you, and keep up the great work. What a great question.
Yeah. You want me to go?
Yeah, sure.
Start dating Chelsea. Because she can't stop with the words of affirmation. It's like a little bit of a different thing. I know Ali Sultan has a joke about this, so I don't want to step on his stuff, but it is true for us, is that you are big into words of affirmation. I have a hard time taking them sometimes because I either don't believe them or I disagree, or, whatever it is. And so, so that's tough, but you are very good at it. So I'm just going to say, maybe there's a conversation that needs to be had where you say to him, like, hey, do you like when I tell you things? If you do, what are they? What do you like to hear? And if he likes to hear them, be like, I would love to hear that shit. But I know you've already had a conversation, so I don't know what that was. But I would say maybe you guys come up with a list of things together, and then he can rattle off the list. It's not going to feel romantic for a while, but maybe practice is going to make perfect here. I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder if the conversations you've had, if he has told you what his love language is in terms of receiving and giving. Because I don't know, maybe there's something going on where he also isn't. It's like, it's not that common, I think, that people's line up exactly. So I'm curious if maybe you can be doing something that would like make his switch flip, and go like, oh shit, yeah, that's like not her thing, but she does it for me. And so maybe I can try to do a better job of giving her words of affirmation, even though it's not what his wheelhouse is. But also sometimes, like, I know this might not feel as romantic, like you said, where you're saying that you had to ask for them, but maybe you could like write him a love letter or do something that is your ultimate for you display of affection. If like that's being told it, if it's being written, but just like you do that to him and then be like, by the way, I would like, if I got something like that from you, that would mean so much to me. But it is hard when you're saying like, how can I get him to do it consistently? I don't, that's one of those things like
it's
you
tough
can't make somebody
because people are
change.
pretty programmed
Yeah.
by the time they become an adult. But I mean, I don't, you know what? I take that back because I've changed.
You've changed a lot.
A lot. And I don't feel like I have sacrificed anything to change. I don't feel like I'm, I have to leave something behind that I loved so much in order to make these changes. So how many love languages are there? 4?
5.
Okay. How do you have 7 then?
Well, they added 2.
Oh, okay.
What do you mean?
I don't know. Everything seems to be a love language for you. You're like, oh my God, this is my new love language. It's like, holy shit.
I just like being loved.
Okay. I know.
Well, and sometimes I'll be like, oh my God, this is my new love language, but it's just part of one of those 5.
Okay.
Like you've started to carry my luggage at the airport.
Let's
roll my luggage alongside his at the airport.
Yeah.
Which is like the whole passenger princess sort of a thing. And God, I fucking love it.
But here's the thing, like your love languages are things that everyone wants, right? Like if someone came up to me and go, hey man, I'll grab both of those. I'll be like, fuck, this is my love language. I didn't even know that. Does it seem like I'm trying to start a fight? I'm not.
No, I know.
Okay.
I'm just saying, so that's an act of service, right? But I think it feels especially nice to me because I travel every week and I get really bad, like shoulder pain and neck pain from dealing with my fucked up suitcase that rolls funny. And so when you do that, it like, I really appreciate it because I really hate doing it. I'm just saying, like, I think for some people, I think some women are like, I can do that. You don't, like, some women don't like that sort of old school chivalry stuff. They're like, I'm independent. I can do this myself. Doesn't really do anything for them in that way.
One time I stood up to help a lady put her bag up because she was struggling. She got it up and then it kind of toppled down and got up and toppled down. So I stood up and she goes, no. And I go, yep. And just sat right back down. Just like, yep, got it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think everybody ideally enjoys all of the love languages. It's just certain ones speak to people more strongly, I think.
Okay. I get you.
So what is yours again? Acts of service?
I don't know.
You said that, it's funny. You always tell me that yours is words of affirmation, but you don't accept them very well.
Oh, I think my outgoing one is words of affirmation.
Like what your strong suit is?
No, my outgoing. I give words of affirmation.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I feel like you're really good at acts of service.
I think so too.
But you don't feel like you know what your receiving one is?
I don't know. I'd have to think about it. It would stall the podcast if I thought about it. So,
all right. No,
let's
we'll keep it moving. So this next one is, why did that come out so weird? This next one is titled.
This next one.
For
my next trick.
Yeah, why did I say it like that? This next one is titled Relationship Maturity. They say, hey, Chad and Kelsey, thank you for taking the time to read my email. Huge fan of the podcast. Thank you for the relationship advice and laughs every Wednesday. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Before I ask my question, and if I may share a story from this week, Chad kind of sort of almost got me knocked out. To make a long story short, I had recently watched Chad's special, Dad Channels, and was still fresh in my mind. I was being silly with my partner one night, trying to initiate sex by asking her if she wanted to lock her box. Urban Dictionary definition. She looked She looked surprised and excited when I said this, and after a quick conversation to confirm, she agreed to lock her box. She told me to meet her in my guest room upstairs. I proceeded to the room and told her I was ready, only to get absolutely decked in the head by her right hook and a hockey glove because she knows locker box as its non-Urban Dictionary definition and used my hockey gear I store in my guest room.
So she knows it as I knew it.
Yeah.
And you know it as the guy that sent me the definition knows it. This is it's confusing for a lot of people, and you can't go back and listen to this one. You'd have to watch the special. Yeah, channel's available on YouTube now, but
the Urban Dictionary definition, as I learned from Chad's special, is where you put both your dick and balls into a vagina.
Frankenbeans.
Frankenbeans.
Just in case the kids are listening.
Yeah.
You put your Frankenbeans into the sheath.
Like how you said, in case the kids are listening, after I already said the dirty version.
No, I know. I get
it. So after picking myself off the floor while she uncontrollably laughed at me, I decided to conclude my quest to lock her box. To my question, my partner and I have been together for 2.5 years. We both want to marry and grow a family with each other. However, the biggest problem I have is she is very immature when it comes to our relationship. If she is upset or mad with me, she will defer to the silent treatment for days on end. Ignoring me can be very passive-aggressive, has a hard time saying sorry, and will refer to guilt tripping during arguments or disagreements. I've spoken to her about these issues many times before, but nothing has changed. As things get serious between us, I'm starting to worry these behaviors will last for the long haul. What can I say or do for her to understand the severe negative? There's some type of the severe negativity this behavior is causing me, and or at what point do I say enough if her maturity doesn't improve? Thank you for the read. Whew.
Yeah,
it's a mouthful.
A lot going on.
Yeah, I mean this is tough. I'm wondering, I mean, I say this a lot on here, but is there a different way you can approach this? You're saying I've spoken to her about these issues many times before, but nothing has changed. When you're having these conversations, are you saying them in like kind of an attacking way, or are you coming to her in a way of like, this is how this is making me feel and this is how this is affecting me, rather than like you? I don't know. The way she's being when there's a disagreement sounds like she's a very defensive person. And I'm assuming that if you're having conversations where you're kind of, and again, I don't know this, but I'm just curious if you are having conversations where it's like focusing on her as opposed to what her behavior makes you feel. I feel like maybe she could be just like not taking that in all the way.
Yeah, and maybe you need to ask her why she's giving you the silent treatment. Maybe she's hurt, and maybe that's how she deals with it. But I will tell you this: I cannot deal with silent treatment and will not deal with it. So for me, that's a no-go. I feel like there are people. So here's how I picture it. There are people that just cannot deal with the silent treatment because it sends them spinning their steam. But there is no one on earth that has to give the silent treatment.
Right.
So when you think of it like that, it's like she needs to come around to you a little bit, because when I get the silent treatment, I start thinking of all these different thoughts. Like, what is this person thinking? It's not great for me. And maybe that's what the person wants when they give you the silent treatment, but I don't think that's healthy. And so if you're going to marry this person, I mean, I absolutely would not ask her to marry you before you have this figured out. I mean, I would not go like, well, maybe a ring will change it. That's never the answer.
Yeah.
Kids for sure aren't the answer. So I would just ask her, I would start with, why do you give me the silent treatment? What does that do for you? And then try to figure it out from there, because you and I have had this conversation.
Yeah.
I can't eat in silence, and I'll tell you why, because I've spent way too many dinners. Maybe I've said this on here before, but like way too many dinners in my youth were silent because people at the dinner table were mad at each other, and I'm not into it. So I would rather eat by myself. That's what I told you. I said, if you're not going to talk to me, and I know that your silent treatment wasn't a silent treatment, it was you were gathering your thoughts. I don't think anyone has to gather thoughts for days on end.
Yeah, this situation, don't love that.
But I just told you, I would rather eat by myself than eat in silence with another person. I cannot fucking handle it. And so I think you just need to let this person know. I mean, I guess it sounds like you talked to them, but I don't know what you said. But just let them know, like, this cannot go on.
Yeah.
And if that's an ultimatum, maybe it is. But if you don't like it, because it does really fuck with you. It's so manipulative and so shitty. It's like,
yeah,
I'm telling you, if I were in the military and got captured and they like fucking stuck things under my fingernails and I made it through that, and they're like, all right, we're just not going to talk to you for 3 days. I'd be like, come back.
Bring your nails.
Come back. I'll tell you everything. Just talk to me. So
yeah. Silent treatment for days on end. I mean, it's just,
like, what is she doing?
That's unacceptable. That's so cruel. And I wonder, like Chad said, if maybe it's the opposite, where like that was modeled to her in her childhood or whatever, and that she just thinks that's how you deal with things, and you kind of went the other way where it's like, no, I like will not have that around.
Right.
But me giving this advice of like, have you tried approaching it from, this is how this makes me feel, like trying to appeal to the empathy part of her. But also it's like, you can make boundaries. I mean, that's silent treatment for days on end, like rocks my world. I can't even wrap my head around that. You can also say like, I will not be in a relationship where this is happening. Like, this is not okay to be treated like this.
Right.
And maybe see how that goes. But I think it would be good to get to like the root of it as well, and to like have better communication about it, rather than just having to be like, hey, if this happens again, I'm out. It's like, I don't know. I think it'd be nice for you guys to maybe understand more, and maybe have her understand herself more, because that is immature, right? Like if that's your coping mechanism, that's not a mature way to handle conflict. And I think only you know for yourself what you're willing to put up with. But
I'm also going to add, we're just giving you examples from our lives. I mean, this could be like a profesh situation.
For sure.
You might want to go see a couples counselor and see if she's into that, because then you can dig into it. And then there's a mediator, and it's not just back and forth blaming and whatever. There's someone there to kind of guide the conversation, and that's really helpful. For
sure. Yeah. Yeah. We've, in our relationship, talked on here about how I will oftentimes like, I'll get quiet if I'm trying to gather my thoughts because I want to speak intentionally and feel like, okay, this is what I want to say. And you sometimes have taken that as silent treatment.
Yes, true.
And then it's like the flip where sometimes you won't take time to think and will fire at the hip. And so, yeah, I mean, it's just like there's so many things that you don't know in your relationship until you've been in it for a while. And then you're like, oh, this is how they operate in this situation. This is how I operate. How can we work together and figure out a way to meet in the middle? And so, but yeah, you've been together for 2.5 years. I feel like that is around like a good time of like, okay, you've like really seen a lot of each other and like in different situations. And I'm sorry that that's happening, because it sucks. That's really, that's shitty. And you can't make somebody become more mature. That's on them. So, but please keep us updated if you want. We really
put your nuts in her.
That's what we really want to know.
I'm sucks about the silent treatment, but also you didn't finish your email.
We need more answers. So write back in if you want. Okay, we're going to just do one more quick one because we got to wrap up.
Okay.
But I wanted to touch on last episode. I shared that I figured out how to use cruise control for the first time in my life. And you were very, very sure that every car has cruise control.
Oh, no wonder. That's the one thing about you getting to pick these fucking questions. Now we got some Fast and Furious Gone in 60 Seconds fan that's like, not all cruise control does. You have to ask for it. Go ahead.
You're so salty.
I'm not salty.
If you read the YouTube comments on last week's episode, there are so many that are like, hey, like, just so you know, my car doesn't have cruise control.
I've been a poor for most of my life, and all of my cars have had cruise control.
Okay. That's your life. I'm just telling you. Many other people.
Okay, we're gonna look up the exact model that you had, and we're gonna figure out if your car had cruise control. Because I don't care if other cars had cruise control. I'm telling you, yours I think did.
Okay, maybe. But I'm just saying.
We haven't even read the question yet. We're arguing.
I know, but your statement was all cars have cruise control.
Okay.
I'm just letting you know.
Not all dogs go to heaven. I want you to know that.
I'm just letting you know that we have disproven that.
Great.
You have such a hard time being wrong.
I don't have a hard time being wrong.
Okay.
But like when you're trying to do something for a laugh, of course you exaggerate, of course all these things. And then you get people taking it so seriously and going into their fucking car manuals to prove me wrong. And that's fine. I don't care.
Nobody was going to their car manual. They just were saying, oh, I don't have it.
I'm just going to tell you. Okay. I am wrong. I'm admitting that I am wrong. Okay. I'm admitting what I said was wrong for comedy or not. I think when you're 35, you should know how to use cruise control. That I stand by.
Okay.
Let's see your fucking YouTube comments on that one. Because if you don't think that, then I don't know what to tell you.
Okay.
But I would like to hear this.
Okay.
No, I'm jacked up. Let's hear it.
Okay. God. It's titled Cruise Control. They say, first off, big fan of the show. I'm very similar to Chad, and the show has helped me realize I might do things that make me seem like I'm being a dick when that's not my intention. Funny timing.
That's great timing.
Now I live in the good green side of Washington, not the dry, shitty side. Good for you. And have spent many hours driving I-90 to Spokane and Chewelah, and I am utterly bewildered that Kelsey did not know how to use cruise control. That side of the state is just long stretches of highway between farm fields. She must have the ankle muscles of a Sasquatch to maintain speed. It's true. Also,
it's a good Washington reference too.
Yeah, it's a great email. I love it. Also, cruise control didn't start becoming standard until the late 90s, early 2000s. So not knowing what she was driving, maybe that was a factor. Thanks for all you do.
That's true. Invented in 1948, though. Keep going.
Okay, just one more.
What year was your last car?
Let me think about this for a second. 2017.
Mm-hmm.
But again, if you read the YouTube comments, it's like some of the cars I think they said were not super old, but they didn't have automatic locks and they didn't have automatic window rolls. And that was the same with that car. I had to manually do everything.
Yep.
So I don't know.
What? I remember you telling me about the locks and the
Yes.
windows because you were like, I didn't want to pay extra when I can do it myself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Very frugal.
Yes.
That's not an insult, right? Frugal is just like
No. Yeah.
good with money. Okay.
Okay, this is the last one about cruise control. Hello, lovers. Whenever I'm stuck behind a car that continually speeds up and slows down, I slightly lose my mind and sarcastically ask myself, what, does this dum-dum not know how to use cruise control? Finding out that Kelsey doesn't know how to use cruise control was frustrating. However, I've become more patient on the road because now I can tell myself, this person actually doesn't know how to use cruise control and they're probably just a nice person who has some things to learn. Thank you. Thank you so much. Or if I'm having a bad day, I hope their ankle hurts so bad when they get out of the car.
Oh, who's that? Did they say we can use their name?
Thanks for all the laughs found of the pod. They didn't say.
Okay, that's
we
very
won't,
funny.
but that was very
Nice
funny.
going. I want to look. That's great.
That's very nice. Well,
Is that it?
that's it.
Well, thanks for writing in.
It's just such a fight with you sometimes.
It's not a fight.
It's just.
You know what? I will say this, and this is one of these things where we just talked about it, where you gather your thoughts. I go right in.
Mm-hmm.
I wish that I would have let you read those first and kept my mouth shut. I got defensive.
Mm-hmm.
I have been, I have also been sleeping on a bus for 5 days.
Yeah.
Also being someone's personal assistant at the same time. So I am very tired, everyone. You have to know that. So I'm sorry I lashed out. And I'm sorry, what?
Whose personal assistant were you being?
Just someone else on the tour. And so I am tired. And I had too much sugar, and that was my own fault. I did all this to myself. So I just wanted to say, apologies for snapping on the last 2 emails. What are you staring at me for?
What was that personal assistant thing about?
What do you mean?
You feel like you were my personal assistant?
I feel like I did a lot of stuff. I moved a lot of mattresses.
Okay.
There were a lot of mattress moving because I moved one and then we didn't know we were going to have people on the bus. And then I had to move that back because that person was on the bus and then that person split their lip open. So then I moved that one back and then I took this one and then someone else came on the bus and I had to move that one back and, Uh-oh, what's up?
You're so passive aggressive.
I know. Is that not a funny way to end?
No.
Oh, I thought it was.
Because you're making me feel bad when I...
Oh,
like
I didn't.
the things
you already complimented me.
Okay.
This is totally kidding.
Okay. I'm just making
Sheesh.
sure. Well, you know that I have a hard time sometimes accepting your acts of service because they are so nice. And I'll be like, oh, are you sure? Like I can... A lot of time I go, I can do it. And you go, no, I can do it. I got it. And I go, okay. And I believe that it's not a burden. And
Yeah.
so when you go, somebody's personal assistant, that really like makes me feel like I'm a burden.
Because you thanked me already for the stuff
Right.
that I did. Is there a podcast we can write into?
Oh, God, help us.
God help us as a podcast?
God help us.
Look it up.
But you know what, guys? We didn't fight the entire time we were at the festival.
That's true.
5 straight days of like not sleeping, not being in our usual comfort zone. We didn't fight.
Yep.
So I'm pretty proud. But I'm just going to try and hold on to that before we have another fight tonight.
We'll let you know how it goes on the next episode. Bye.
All right, guys. Have a good night. Bye.